Welcome to my channel, Faith and Money channel, where I talk all things God, faith and money. Hello and welcome to another video for this week. I'm going to recap on what we talked about last week. I talked about having a financial picture. A financial picture is really looking at yourself and your finances and just being very honest with yourself about how you are and money. And then I talked about financial review. Now, financial review is actually reviewing what your finances are like and whether they'll be able to take you where you want to go. So will you be able to achieve those dreams, those visions, those goals that you have with the way your finances are actually at right now? Then I went into financial vision mapping. So financial vision mapping is important. Just because your finances might not look how you want them to look, but you still have like dreams, goals that you want to achieve. There's still some things that you'd like to do in your life that involve finances. But it's important to map it out and have a financial vision, because there's nothing that can't be improved. So your financial picture might look quite bleak, but you have all these ambitions. For example, you want to buy yourself a house or build yourself a house. So it's important when you've looked at your financial picture and when you've done a review of your finances to actually think, what would it take for me to be able to fix the things the way they are to get to that vision of finally buying my house or finally building my house? And I talked about that. It's important then to invite God into the situation so that he can then help you with the wisdom that you need, with the tools that you need. So this week's video, I'm going to be talking about what I call financial road mapping. So financial road mapping is completely different from vision mapping. A vision always goes into the future, like, oh, this is where I want to go, right? Excuse my dramatics. But a financial roadmap is actually where you now set out the plan of how you're going to get. So I want to paint a picture in a scenario here. I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but it's happened to me. You get into a car, someone says we're going somewhere, and then you go and suddenly they seem to not know where they're going. You keep getting lost. You keep being misled by the signs. They're getting upset, you're getting worried about how will you ever get to your destination. You've been putting your faith and your trust in them. And you end up having to rely on maybe asking other people for help. How does that feel, to just aimlessly be led by a driver, or for you to just get in a car or to get on a bus and intend to drive to nowhere? Unfortunately, that's what a lot of us do with our finances. We don't have a roadmap of how we're going to get to the destination of where we want to see our finances. Somehow we leave it to, because I go to church so well, I tithe and I pray, and as if that's enough. And we forget that the wisdom for us, for money growing, to see your money achieve and do certain things for you in the future, is already here for us to harness, for us to access. But a lot of believers will just sit there and leave it to chance, thinking that somehow a miracle is going to happen. Even if you're believing God for a miracle, there's no miracle that happened where the people didn't demand and need for the miracle from God. So let's talk about, for example, they needed manna, they needed food. Manna fell from heaven because they had a demand for it. And when they said that they didn't like to eat the same things, God then gave them a miracle whereby if they desired it to taste like meat, it would taste like meat. If they desired it to taste like whatever it is that they ate in Egypt, that it would taste like that. So even a miracle demands that you know what it is that you want. You know what it is that you desire. So really, when we're talking about financial road mapping, have the end goal in mind. What destination are you trying to achieve? where do you want to get to? Do you want to have more savings? Do you want to have more in terms of when you retire? Do you want to leave an inheritance that involves assets for your loved ones, or do you want to leave them money? Do you intend to, have missions and maybe start a charity? What is it that you desire? It's important to know those things and not leave it to chance. Even when you're going to a job, let me tell you, don't just work in an aimless fashion and just think that if you don't seek to be promoted, to get to the top of your career, that it will just happen. Even your employer needs to see that you are driven to want to get to the top. So all these things are very, very important. And I call that financial road mapping. Have an idea of the end goal. Have a desire and a want for it. It's important for you to sit down and actually, say, this is what I'm desiring, Lord. This is what I want to see. And a lot of people want financial freedom, but they don't even know how they're going to get financial freedom. They just think it's important to just say, I want financial freedom, but without any plan, without a roadmap to get there. So I think in this video, I don't think I'm going to talk much on this, because it's quite a big topic in a big fashion, in a big way. But as I've given you the, what I call the financial road mapping blueprint in my last video, financial picture, financial review, financial vision mapping, and then your roadmap, how you're going to get there. And how you're going to get there as well can be a draft. It's important to just at least have an idea of how you're going to get there. We know when we start, driving, or we go on a journey, sometimes we meet roadblocks, sometimes we meet detours, and that's life. But that shouldn't stop you then still trying to get to your destination. You're going to find a way of navigating the detour and following it so that you get back on the path to where you need to get to. If you get to a roadblock, you just stop there and you do what's required for you to be able to cross over that roadblock and get to your destination. So I think what I'm really coming at here is that right now you could be in a situation and it's not favorable for you in terms of your finances, but it could be a roadblock. And that's where I said in my last video, these are the times for you to seek the Lord. These are the times for you to not lose hope. These are the times for you to access, what you desire through faith, to increase your faith, to really believe that God, is going to help you. These are the times where you need to really cling to the word of God, to be, your anchor, to take you where you need to get to start hearing more about, okay, I am in debt right now, but I know that I find wisdom to come out of debt, and I know the Lord is my help. I am in a situation right now where things are getting more expensive, we're in inflation, but whoa, my faith is in God. There's so many ideas that he's going to give me to know how to either be, manage what you have right now so that God sees you through, or he's going to help you in terms of increasing what you have so that you can get through this time. So I just want to encourage you to start having a financial roadmap for your own life and where you want to get to, and to trust the Lord that he will help direct your steps. He will give you the wisdom to get there. And don't just sit there. Do something about it. Faith requires action. You need to have you need to have some faith moves towards where you want to get to. Don't just sit there and think that it will happen by chance, or a miracle is going to happen without you demanding it. Be blessed, and thank you so much for watching this week. And I have a publication on this. I'll put the link in the description below that you can look at for yourself to just really start. It's got scriptures as well to just start praying into things, especially if you are challenged in the area of finances, for you to start having some dominion in that whole area. So I will see you next week. God bless. Thank you for watching today's video, and be sure to hit the subscribe button to Faith and Money channel and watch last video so you remain connected and in